Hello everybody, I'm Beyond Rogue. Welcome back to This Week in Minez. You might have noticed it's been a long time since I made a video along these lines, and that's because there hasn't been any new content in a while, so, what am I supposed to do? Anyway, that being said, we've had a lot happen in the past couple of weeks, and I decided to lump it into this terrible newscast. So that being said, let's get right into it. With this series of updates, the admins had a very serious focus on making PvP a lot more like it was back in 1.7, so you'll notice that a lot of things like knockback and whatnot are like they were back at that point. Unfortunately, they weren't able to bring back the player counts we had back in 1.7, but A for effort? With the new Minez update, we received a couple of new items that can be found in chests all across the map. One of these new items is beetroot, which can be found in food chests everywhere and can be used to make beetroot stew. Naturally, now that this has been added into the game, a question has to be asked. Why? Another big update, the town of El Hasa has been rebuilt. That's right, the once PvP hotspot and now hacker hotspot has been given a new facelift that makes it look pretty different from what it used to. Again, the question has to be asked. Why? Now this one's kind of old news because we received it with the PTR server that was released a couple of months back, but now that it's on live servers, it's worth mentioning. We've received a couple of new miner locations all across the map. My favorite of these is Hemlock, a small little hut just south of Arborton. Now for those of you who don't know, Hemlock actually has historical significance. It's a poisonous substance that was eaten by several historical figures, including Socrates and, more recently, the Chapo Network. In other news, the Minez Revelations podcast, which gives players a little bit of a look into the lore of the game, has been restarted, and we received a new episode from it a couple of weeks ago. This is pretty exciting because we received a couple episodes of this a couple of years back, and since then we hadn't really heard much on it, and now we have some new content. All I have to say is, watch out, Ben Shapiro, there's a new, fastest growing podcast in America. Thankfully, a better road system has been added into the world of Minez, connecting locations from all areas of the map, from the north to the south to the mid-map. It's going to make it a lot easier for people to figure out where locations are, because there wasn't a website for that already or anything. With these updates being rolled to the live servers, the render distance has been increased, so you can see farther when you're traveling from place to place. This is brilliant, as you can now see the eyesore that is Logging Camp from even further away. In recent weeks, a Minez lobby was also added to the Chapo network. This lobby allows players to roam around before they start playing the game, and gives them sneak peeks at some pretty cool stuff, including physical versions of all of the gods that occur in the Minez lore. Now, unfortunately, the physical forms of these gods are a shell of their former selves because they've been sitting on a couch for 3 years waiting for Origins Part 2 to come out. Thank you for watching This Week in Minez. I'm Beyond Rogue, and while the purpose of this show is to make jokes about the new stuff on the Chapo network, I've got to admit, Doc and Marine are some of the most dedicated admins I've seen on this server, probably ever, if I had to say. And this is very much a labor of love, this update they put out for us, and they put their all into it. So if you happen to see them around, whether you liked it, whether you didn't, say something nice.